Credit utilization is one of those things that can either make or break your credit score. The whole idea is simple. It's just a fancy way of saying how much of your available credit you're using at any given time. If you've got a credit card with a $1,000 limit and you're carrying a $500 balance, that's 50% utilization. Credit scoring models like FICO and VantageScore take this very seriously. Around 30% of your score depends on it. Ideally, you want to keep that number under 30%, but if you really want to impress the system, shoot for under 10%. A lot of people think that as long as they pay off their balance in full every month, utilization doesn't matter. That's not exactly true. The trick is knowing when your card issuer reports to the credit bureaus. Usually, it happens at the end of your billing cycle. So even if you zero out your balance by the due date, it doesn't change the fact that if the issuer reported a high balance earlier, it's still going to show up that way. That's why it can feel like your score is being punished even when you're paying responsibly. To get ahead of this, you have to be strategic about when and how you make payments. One way to keep your utilization low is by paying down balances throughout the month, not just when the bill comes due. For example, if your limit is $1,000 and you're consistently spending around $500, try making smaller payments every couple of weeks. This way, your balance never looks too high when it gets reported. It's also a good idea to set up auto payments for at least the minimum amount, just so you're never caught off guard. Another quick way to drop your utilization is by increasing your credit limit. Most credit card companies will let you request a higher limit online or through their app. As long as you've been making your payments on time and your credit score hasn't tanked recently, you've got a good shot. Just remember, raising your limit doesn't mean you should start spending more. The whole point is to make your existing balance look smaller in comparison to what you have available. Opening a new credit card can also help, but this one's a bit trickier. Adding a new line of credit increases your overall available credit, which lowers your utilization rate. But opening too many accounts at once can hurt your score, and hard inquiries can add up. If you decide to go this route, pick a card that has no annual fee and some kind of perk that actually benefits you. Don't just open a card because it's easy to get. If you've got balances scattered across a few cards, think about doing a balance transfer. Moving your debt to a card with a lower interest rate can save you money and also help spread out your utilization. Just be careful with balance transfer fees, which can eat into your savings if you're not paying attention. One of the easiest hacks is to pay your balance before the statement closing date rather than the due date. That way, when your issuer reports to the credit bureaus, they're seeing a lower balance. Set a reminder on your phone a few days before the statement date to make sure you're on top of it. If you really want to get fancy, try the two-payment method. Instead of making one big payment, split it into two smaller ones throughout the month. This not only keeps your balance looking low, but also shows consistent, responsible use. You can also rotate your spending among a few different cards. This way, no single card has a high balance when it's time for the report. It makes your credit utilization look more balanced and less risky. One thing you definitely don't want to do is close old accounts, even if you're not using them. Closing a card lowers your total available credit, which immediately bumps up your utilization rate. Plus, you lose the benefit of that account's age, which is also a factor in your score. If you're worried about keeping the card active, just use it for a small recurring charge, like a subscription service, and set up autopay. Managing credit utilization is all about being intentional with your payments and knowing when your balance is going to be reported. It's not just about paying down debt. It's about timing and spreading things out in a way that looks good on paper. Lowering your utilization is one of the quickest ways to boost your credit score, and once you've got the hang of it, it's not that hard to maintain. Keep your spending under control, pay before your statement date, and keep those old accounts open. Once you get into the rhythm, your score will thank you.